Hey, how's it going? Hope you're all doing well. This week has been really interesting. I've been complaining in these videos about the heat and saying how hot it's been. Well, not necessarily complaining, but just saying it has been hot. I should not have complained so much or spoken about it so much because this week has been the hottest of all of them. The other day it was 39 degrees Celsius. I wanted to die. We've got a few things going on this week. We're making some pretty important decisions for the game project that we're making, which I realize I haven't really explained, so I'll probably go into that in a second. This basically, start of this week has just been working out, going to physio, running, and just getting coffee and kind of enjoying a little bit of the heat, which has been good. We had some videos booked in with like clients, which is something that I spoke about in the other video last week. We actually had videos booked in to go and film finally, and then they got rescheduled. So we don't have anything again for another week, but it means we can just focus on this and we can make these big decisions that I was talking about for the game. So it is Monday the following week. I've skipped ahead a little bit because the footage that I did film discussing everything ended up having no audio. So I don't know whether you could hear in that last bit of talking, but the audio progressively got quieter and quieter. Turns out that well, at least this is my diagnosis, the battery on the microphone that I was using just died, and literally a couple of minutes later it just went to complete silence. So everything I said, it was like 5 minutes of me rambling and none of it was recorded. So I'm going to just redo it here, and I'm just going to touch on some of the points because some of it's kind of important and I feel like it's worth mentioning. So I do have some notes here so that I actually stay on a bit of a structure. So the first thing that I wanted to do was discuss what the project is that I'm working on, because I realized I keep talking about this game project and this big project, and I'm not mentioning what it actually is. A precursor to that is that there's some details that I can't actually talk about just yet, but pretty much what I can talk about is this. We're making an FMV game. An FMV game is live action. It's filmed with a real camera. It's not motion capped. It's all like real life footage. It's basically like you're watching a YouTube video. And actually that's probably a good reference. There were the old YouTube videos where you could have the annotations at the end of the video, and you would watch a video, a set of circumstances would happen, and then at the end of the video you would have two annotations to choose from, and then that would take you to one of two different decisions. I think Markiplier did a bank heist in the style of this. That's pretty much what an FMV is. That's what we're making. We actually tried to make one a few years ago, but it didn't end up working out the way that we had hoped. So we ended up canceling that project and then focusing more of our time into like video production. So that's why I've been doing video production for so long. That is also kind of why we want to focus on making a sort of FMV, because I'm a video guy and we want to kind of merge those two worlds together and create something that is like video based but also gamified. So that's the reasoning for all of that. Traditionally these FMV games are very narrative driven, so they kind of follow like a linear path. Even though you are going and branching off into different storylines, you are kind of following just a path, like a predetermined path, which you're choosing the outcome of, essentially. And while this is the majority of the FMV market, we wouldn't personally play these sorts of games in our free time. So we wanted to try and make something that we would personally play, and that ended up with us settling on making a party game. So our plan is to make a live action, fully filmed party game. I can't disclose the details of what we're doing, but it is very, very exciting. We're doing a sort of amalgamation of Among Us kind of mixed with like the Jackbox games. It's very, very exciting. I'm very excited to see how it all plays out. The thing that I can disclose is that we are converting everything over to VHS, which is why I've got all of that VHS equipment that I was showing in one of the previous videos. So it's going to be very stylistically like VHS era. In the next couple of months I can divulge into more of the details, but right now that's all I can really say. Okay, as I said, it is Monday right now, so I'm currently in the process of editing this video you're watching. And there's a few other details that I wanted to talk about in that footage that ended up getting just no audio. The first thing is that me and Beth will be moving house in the next, in a week from today, actually. So this next week and a bit is going to be a lot of packing, which is a lot of work. I'm excited to actually decorate it and furnish it the way that I want to, or we want to, sorry. So over the next couple of months, I'll be building that space into something that is what I want, and I'll be hopefully showing that process here. Last week, I ended up complaining a little bit about the fact that I've been missing the process of filming content for other people, even though I'm always in the pursuit of doing things for myself, and that's what this is. So on Saturday, I ended up actually shooting some content for our friend's Pilates studio, which actually ended up going really well. I've shot some content for them before, but last time I was trying to run both photo and video, and it just didn't end up working out. So Saturday I was able to just do only video, which was actually a nice, refreshing change of pace. So it wasn't supposed to be a crazy busy weekend this weekend, but we ended up driving down to Sydney because we went to do a recon mission down at IKEA, because we both were looking at two different couches from IKEA, and we wanted to go see if we liked them in person, sit down on them, see what they looked like in person, because sometimes the color can change from real life to the photos online. And we ended up hating both of them, so that was just kind of, it wasn't really wasted. We ended up picking up a few kitchen items that we will need moving into the new space, but we ended up just deciding on a completely different couch, which we weren't expecting, but I guess that's how that goes. ended up driving back quite late that day. I got some meatballs because obviously you have to get the meatballs when you go to IKEA, like it's mandatory. But other than that, we ended up just driving back, having a late dinner, and then just going straight to sleep. I think I passed out the moment I laid down in bed. So that was a weird night. I think I just overdid it this weekend. But other than that, that was all I did last week. It's currently the new week, so looks like I'm gonna have to start filming for the next vlog. But yeah, no, that's pretty much all I got up to. Thank you so very much for watching these weird little videos. I do very much appreciate it, and I really do hope I see you in the next one.